All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV. We apologize for the low delay. That is because of our setup. We're having some difficulty getting it set up. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV this morning. Precisely, it's about 11:19 here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I believe it's 6:19 in Liberia. So whether you are in Montserrat County, Bapolo, Lofa, Nimba County, Grand Bassa County, Sano County, Grand Jira County, River G County, or River Search, want to say welcome to SKTV. They are in Liberia. And if you are following or listening to us on the radio or Truth FM 96.1, we want to welcome you. And if you are listening to us on radio format 99.3, also from Beaumont, I want to say welcome to SKTV. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to share the show today. And today we are going to be discussing some developing story coming out of the Liberian executive mansion. Speaking of the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, in person of Minister Sylvester Grisby, who is accused of many things, and we have learned that there is a serious commotion, serious back and forth going on within the ministry, within the executive mansion. So we have some information here to share with you, and we have some information here regarding this whole deleting, omitting, hiding names and deleting names, removing names. And now SKTV is informed that this whole thing is getting out of hand. Those of us who have said that the president was not in control, I think we have been right, and I think we are right again. This time around, we saw one of the names that we saw. I personally even complained about that person being on the list simply because the person was on the internet, on Facebook, campaigning for Jose Nyimabuakai or insulting or attacking anybody who dare to go on the opposite side of Jose Nyimabuakai. So we talk about it here on SKTV, but we never had any power to stop what the president did. However, we didn't have power, but other people had power to do so. So what we are hearing and what the information we have here, this person was appointed as a superintendent for Magibi County. The name is Ebe Plaki. Ebe Plaki was among the names that were appointed by President Joseph Nyimabuakai. What happened, what did not happen, we will go into detail if you share the show. Once we get into the actual story, then we will tell you exactly what happened, who did what. But I want you to take this time to share the show while we play the SKTV channel for at least 2 minutes, so we can use that time to share the show. Other than that, I don't want to jump into the conversation where people, are still coming in, and then you'll be like, oh, what is going on? However, before we do that, let me just, talk to my colleagues here. Johnson Mayborn Kula is there in Morovia on Truth FM 96.1, and we have Lawrence Maxwell Moore also on radio format in Beaumont, Bon County. So, Mayborn, how are you doing and what's going on? Why we
I don't know what I say. If you're not getting me, then I'm gonna do some adjustment because I put it.
I'm getting
Okay.
myself.
Uh,
I'm getting myself. Just talk.
All right. So yes, indeed, I'm great. Thank God that today is Tuesday, is the 26th of March, and for a matter of fact, we are approaching the 100 days. I think today mark, and it's 64, or maybe some of them 64 days, right? We got 64. If my colleague Lawrence can count the days, then I know that he will tell me how many days that we gone. But indeed, we gone a lot of days into the time. So I want to say thanks to our followers, our viewers, and those of you that always follow the show. There are a lot of things happening, like you already said. Indeed, on last night, another listing of batch of Liberians names were dropped out on the executive mansion for for appointments, and indeed those names, like some of us, those names that we were expecting, we didn't see those names. But howbeit, indeed, I want to say congratulations to all those who were appointed on yesterday evening by the executive mansion. And mind you, today also the Lone Star of Liberia play Djibouti in the second leg. In the first leg, Lone Star before in this one today, they drew 0-0 to Djibouti. So that's the kind of thing that's happening in Liberia. And the president of Liberia was also seen today at the SKD Sport Complex, where there were poor attendance, and in fact he had to do a free entrance of SKD. That meant the gate was free, and but still people, even though few people were there, but well, the kind of a crowd that we were expecting, we didn't see that kind of crowd. And yes, indeed, and the game is over. Everybody home, everybody finding a way home. So far so good. These are some of the happening, and with the politics, appointments, names going back to back, people are seeing themselves like if your name come up, others are saying that you got to wait until maybe after 1 or 2 weeks, because there's out and drop. If your name come up today, you got to it's just quite frustrating, but you got to wait at least maybe for time. And others are saying no, you don't have to wait, because if you wait, that means somebody will take your place. So these are kind of jokes and things that is happening and that are going on right now in some communities that Liberians are discussing as what going on. How come this government that people think that is so qualified, they are doing things the way they are doing it. So indeed, there are a lot of misreactions in the public land as to what going on, especially coming from the executive arm, and with the Honorable Yeke Koloba issue with the coupon. Up to now, Liberians are still discussing it as to what really went wrong, whether it is true that there were coupons given to lawmakers for what reason or for what purpose. So there are a lot of misreactions also to that. Others are saying that yes, it's true. Honorable Yeke Koloba is right. Others are saying that no, it's not true. So we are still watching and we are still observing. So far so good from my end. These are some of the happening.
All right. Thank you, Maybon. Thank you so much, Maybon. We appreciate that update. And let's get to our friend here. So we'll post it just in case. You see here, we were trying to get to Mr. Laurent Maxwell Moore, but it looks like the internet said, no, I'm not ready yet. But let's get to our colleagues, one of the colleagues here, Samson W. Weir. Samson, are you there? Hello, Samson, are you there?
I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm good. CEO, welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. Do
For
you have
long?
any updates for us?
Yeah, just few updates from the press we did today at the Ministry of Information.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the Director General of the Civil Service Agency
Mhm.
today he talked about audit he auditing the entity auditing people who was employed. I mean, they're going to remove people who were employed during the transition period from December to January 2024. They're going to remove them from the payroll, and also talking about a point was really on auditing the the last regime, meaning from 2018 to 2023. They're going to audit the entire government using the General Auditing Commission. So
Hmm.
they said a lot of ghost names that in a system, and even in a system of the Liberia National Police, there are a lot of ghost names as there also. So
All
the
right.
the director the director spoke about lot today, but he really stretched on the ghost name. But when you were asked about maybe calling any of those the musicians that they talk about being consultant to people, he didn't mention any of them, or he said he would do that maybe in the next press release. But they have he said they are doing everything possible to bring justice, let me say, to bring corruption down, as the president stated before becoming president.
All right. Thank you, Thompson. Thank you. We really appreciate that update. So, folks, I want to say thank you to all of you once again. We trying to connect with our colleagues with radio format. We wanted today them to also give just a brief information as to what's going on there in that part of Liberia. Let's see here. Lawrence, can you hear me? Lawrence, can you hear me? All right, Lawrence is not.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm hearing you
Okay.
now.
Yeah. So, Lawrence, what's going on in Former, in Bon County, in around you there? What's going on? What is the update? Anything that you care to share with us?
Well, last evening there was a jubilation in the district. As you may be aware, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, appointed new commissioner in the district. Honorable Hampton Bebo Giddings is the new commissioner because he served during the Unity Party government in 2017 when the CDC won the election. He was removed from office and replaced by one Aaron Molaba. So last evening, when the news hit the town that our Giddings had come back to his job, people were like, wow. So people, there are some fans of him are right now jubilating. But the issue here is that some local officials in the district are right now panicking as to whether they are going to remain in their position, especially we have some clan chiefs who are with the CDC and the United Party have taken over. So right now they are thinking as to whether they're going to maintain their position back in those local areas. So that is the problem. Once the commissioner have been removed from the position, and we got new commissioner right now in the district. President, as we speak, we're going 64 days. We're still watching to see because we were promised 100 days. We're going to see the difference. So we're still waiting to see. The district is okay. Our representative is pushing the issue of China Yuan to the legislature. A few time ago, he was in Sanaya district where they had a meeting trying to put some issues that are affecting the community dwellers together in the district. So there are a lot of things happening, and we hope that China Yuan will improve on the living condition of the workers, even the community dwellers, because in the MDA, there are a lot of shown in the MDA that they are going to do for the citizens of District Number 7, Bon County.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that update. President Monk, welcome. Today we have a full show, my brother. We are on our Truth FM 96.1 as always, and now our colleagues there in Bon County in Former, they are also listening to us. So that radio station covers several counties, including Papulu, Cape Mount, Bomi, and also. So, like, whether you are in, Grand Cape Mount, anywhere you are, Truth FM is almost covering the entire country as well. But, for us to have the opportunity to also have our colleagues, in that part of Bon County, Bon Mines to be specific, we are glad, we are very happy. And once the lines are open, hopefully we will be able to get some calls from that part of Liberia, which is really, really good. But Monk, how are you and what is going on?
Well, I'm doing great. Another beautiful day to be alive. And welcome again, once again, for our viewers and listeners from across the globe, the US, Canada, Australia, Liberia specifically, and all over the country. I woke up that morning. You know, I always do my little research before getting ready for the show. And SKTV, we keep telling folks we will always be vindicated because we don't play politics here. We focus on the issue that matters the most. And front page Africa, I keep telling you, Sekou, every time we carry on a show on SKTV, just follow the politician, the local radio stations, or the local dailies in Liberia, whether it's a Daily Observer, the front page Africa, everything that we see here is almost like it's repeated, they re-echo them. I don't know if they give that much credit as we deserve. Maybe they believe that when they keep promoting SKTV, SKTV will become the one-stop shop for information. But we will, when we're reading articles from Front Page Africa, we always cite the source and we give them credit. But I haven't seen that in reverse when it comes to SKTV. And most of the time, some of the issues that we discuss here are the ones that run in the local dailies. I don't know, but I pay attention a lot to these things. And they came up with another article again today concerning the budget, what we discussed here. That this whole idea that you can just generate revenue for you to spend on yourself without making future investment in the country and everything is going down, whether it's a World Bank report, whether today they criticize the president for abandoning his or how they call it, agenda, this arrest agenda by leaving out agriculture and tourism or an industry that could literally turn the economy around. But we will go into that. I was just trying to introduce. And the second thing I was looking at today, I was doing a review. I was like, something came to mind last night, but it's the trusteeship thing. Because I keep telling folks it's a generational thing happening in Liberia. We are 176 years. And administration after administration, you don't see major progress happening. It's the future generation that's at stake in Liberia. People think that when they go and cast the ballot on election day, it's only 6 years. No, it's beyond 6 years. It's 10 to 15 years. Because I keep saying it takes you 2 times more to rebuild than to destroy. So if a president was to make a mistake within 6 years, it would take him more than, let's say, at least up to 10 years to undo the damages that he's caused. In the World Bank, when they came up with that report, they were saying that Liberia is worse off than we were 6 years ago. So technically, they are saying that the WEA experiment was a total failure. So I've been thinking a lot. I don't know. I'm not calling for a coup or an insurrection in Liberia. I was thinking about trusteeship. I like this idea was floated dating back to 2003, 21 years ago. If we had adopted trusteeship, Liberia would have been far better off today than what we are. But look where we are after we rejected that idea of trusteeship in Accra. I can remember 2003. Look where we find ourselves today. But anyway, Sekou, I will pause there for now and we can continue the show.
Thank you very much, Brazilian Monk. You know, when we post here on our personal page that the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Sylvester Grisby, was in the news, I got some calls and some text messages, you know, but I'm not going to discuss that. We said that this is something we do. We are committed to doing, making sure that we bring the information to the Liberian people. So SKTV was reliably informed, and we told our source that we are going to somehow try to dig deeper to ascertain the facts surrounding this particular issue. So, you know, the name swapping, deleting, addition, subtraction has been going on. So this time around, is the gentleman that used to be calling on here, used to be calling Truth FM actually to attack SKTV during the campaign. He attacked me personally many times. You know, it was on the issue, so I don't take personal. But I just believe that our governing system, people appointments should not be based on their Facebook activities. We have professionals that don't really, some of them are not even on Facebook. So you're not going to see them going on Facebook campaigning for you. So if your appointment is going to be predicated upon people, you know, if your appointment is going to be predicated upon people campaigning for you on Facebook, then you're going to end up in a lot of problems. If you observe, Joseph Nima government appointments, if you look at it, maybe 99.9% derive from Facebook activities, including people who campaign for them, including people who were recommended by Spoon Network. Beyond that, most of the other people were recommended by their own family members, like say Prince Moi, DeLong, Yombly, Prince Johnson, and the rest of the people. So this time around, this young man called Abe Plaki from Magibi County was appointed by the president amongst the names that were listed at the executive mansion website on Facebook, and it was discussed everywhere in the country. Not just him, but the names that were listed. Now, the story is that, by the way, when we got this information, we contacted Senator Darrell Dillon, who is implicated in this case. We greeted him. He never responded. So we never had the option to even ask him about his implication on this matter. So we were informed that Abe Plaki used to work in Dillon office. And Abe Plaki left Dillon at the same time, along with Martin Kula. They were not working for Dillon anymore. So that when Abe Plaki got appointed, Senator Dillon was not happy. So that he called the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs to remove Abe Plaki name from there and to replace him with one Victoria Duncan. And as the story will have it, Sylvester Grisby too wasted no time, remove the guy's name from the list. When his name was removed, the president was not even aware as to what was going on. So, of late, the supporters of people from his end, the guy who was appointed, Abe Plaki, so he reached out to the president that you appointed this guy, but for some reason, he never, the appointment didn't go through. The man said no. The president said no, I appointed him. So, well, the president called the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs to find out what really happened. And the connection here with this gentleman is that Abe Plaki's father was also a good friend of President Joseph Nima Boakai. They're all from the Kishi tribe. So when the information reached the president, he was, according to the information, was furious. He was very angry for the fact that why should Abe Plaki name be removed and replaced without his consent, without his approval as the president. So as I speak to you right now, we are informed that the president is not happy with Sylvester Grisby. that the president's reaction was very, very, serious. That why Abel Plaki name was removed. Of late, just yesterday, I'm sorry, just yesterday, the article that we read from Front Page Africa, something that actually solidified what we have said in the past, that the president was not in control. Now it's getting apparent on a daily basis that actually the president does not know what is going on. And when he knows, what does he do? Absolutely nothing. So as things go, President Boakai, we don't know what he's thinking right now in terms of what should happen. We are getting information that the Minister of State's implication in that voucher or coupon that was distributed could affect his position with the government. And long story short, Senator Prince Johnson complained about Sylvester Grisby. So it's like Sylvester Grisby is in a frying pan right now. It's getting brand from both sides. And we are informed that this could potentially lead to him being removed or fired. In fact, we were informed that, Sekou, things that you guys have been saying on the show, the president is aware, because in response to the action by Sylvester Grisby, which was ordered by Senator Dillon, the president said, "You people are embarrassing me." The people sitting down in America there every day saying that I don't know what I'm doing, saying that we've been deleting and removing. I didn't believe it, but I didn't know that it was, this apparent. So we were informed that the president is aware of Abel Plaki and other names that were replaced, that were swapped. And one of the main supporters of the president, who's also a Unity Party person, called me yesterday for the very first time. He said to me, "Sekou, I'm embarrassed." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I can safely say our government has failed." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Sekou, you don't know what we are going through here as a member of this political party. They don't know what we are going through here as people being around the presidency, even though we are in the House of Representatives, our connection with the presidency is actually embarrassing us to see the country going in the direction we are going. Looking like we don't know what we're doing, when we're supposed to be the good example when it comes to governance, given the experience giving the different position the president have served. So this person was embarrassed. And because the person hear this information, how the president was furious, how this could potentially create problem between Sylvester Grisby. In fact, people now supporting Sylvester Grisby are saying that the whole idea of check coming from the Minister of State is in fact a setup, that the minister is set up just to get rid of him, because the same fight will report it to you here. You know, every time these people, they will go on air when when they're exposed, they will go and start talking about how we can lie. Oh, SKTV can lie. Then when they are exposed, they will go in a defensive mood and say they are lying on us. When that so-called lie becomes true, they are ashamed to come back to say, you know what, we are sorry. We reported to you here that there was a fight. One group wanted Samuel Kofi to be the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. The other group wanted Sylvester Grisby. And in fact, some people in the other group said that Sylvester Grisby was not one of them, was not original Unity Party person, that in fact he was a communist supporter. Sylvester Grisby is going to undermine them. Sylvester Grisby is not. But what they forgot to know, Sylvester Grisby was in Ellen government. And he served this position before Ellen left power. He's the former, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. So he been around. He's the boon in the Unity Party when it comes to moving things around. And that's the reason why Joseph Parker knows the fact that he is not capable, he's not able, he does not understand what is going on. He needed somebody with the requisite knowledge and experience to help him govern. Now that Sylvester Grisby is there now, people using their influence, their leverage to muddy the water for him. Now, my question to you now, Monk and everybody else, why should Dillon use his personal grudges to block the appointment of a young man? If people are given position because of their stand, because of the campaigning on Facebook, because calling on radio stations, a lot of the people, even some of the people that are serving as minister, they were given position because either Dillon brought them on his reloaded, or they were at Spoon Network and other area, in other echo chambers of the Unity Party. So people were given position not because they were qualified or not qualified, not because they have the right credentials, but because they campaign. And if that is the only criteria for which people were, appointed to the position, I think Ebe Paki deserves his job. Other did nothing more than him. And he has the credential. He's qualified academically. So you don't use it. You say that. My question to Monk. Monk, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was getting some feedback from your end. It's almost like you're saying something.
Yeah, not from my end, but it was we are getting some feedback from the radio station, so that's why I just muted Lawrence. Yeah, so go ahead, Monk.
Sekou, you cannot blame Dillon. That's how the thing was set up. You see, every government that comes to power, you form coalition with other opposing parties. The thing is, who is in control, and that's what we established during the campaign before even the election. It's not about who. Everybody got competing interests. Prince Johnson got a competing interest. Dillon got competing interests. Prince Moy, Nyombli Kanga. But the president is the one that is in control. It was the president that Liberian people went and voted for. And we told them from the beginning of this election, look, we keep saying it on the show every time. It cannot be about politics. There will always be time for politics. There are things that affects the nation in general. Joseph Boakai, whether he got good heart for Liberia or not, we know, you know, the vast majority of them knew that when it comes to being in control, whether it's capability, whether it's age issue, whether it's a health related issue, that the old man was not going to be in control. And matter of fact, the very passengers on the rescue train gave us a hint that they were in control before even the election. So I find it kind of confusing and laughable that people are complaining that the lawmakers are the ones scratching off people's name off the list, whether they're doing it for personal reason, whether they're bringing a relative or friend. The fact of the matter is they are the one in control. So because look, let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai is not a saint, but I know things that is happening within this administration. Joseph Boakai himself will never do it. I can tell you that for sure. Whether it's this issue of a tenure position, why you think the tenure position thing is all about? It's all about jobs. It's all about bringing the people on board. And the Prince Moyo of the world, the Nyombli Kanga, the Dillon, or whosoever on our rescue train, this was the intention. There was a true intent. So at this stage, they could care less about even the constitution or laws that govern those agencies that they are going to impose their folks there. The question is, what is Joseph Boakai doing about it? And when he going to accept control? Let me tell you something. The article that Front Page Africa posted again, yes, that I told you about concerning the whole budget. When the budget was drafted, you know, when you look at Joseph Boakai, generally they call it arrest, you know, agriculture, sanitation, tourism. Front Page Africa said, well, you left the A and the T out. Agriculture, I mean, being former deputy agriculture minister and tourism. Can you imagine when the budget was drafted, right? They sent it to the legislature, then they sent it back. So even when they brought the budget back for the second time, they still forgot these two important sectors. So everything we have been saying here is just been repeating itself. That it's not about who is trying to impose that will on Joseph Boakai. The question is Joseph Boakai is just not in control. And if Joseph Boakai could have made that, I'm the president, I'm the chief executive, I'm the one that called the shot here. If he can give the people assurance that he's the one running the show, then at least people won't have a problem with it. Because I know Madam Sally also had a coalition. Georgia had a coalition. But why is it that the most experienced politician, according to them, in our modern contemporary history is fumbling like a rookie that have never been in politics before? The simpler reason is he's not in control. The government is too big, it's too bloated, it's a complicated bureaucracy, and Joseph Boakai at this present moment, look, Joseph Boakai would have done. Let me tell you something. Madam Sally was a testament. Age can play a major factor in how people do things, right? Why you think people give Madam Sally credit in her first term as compared to the second term? People say, yeah, she passed all the hate picking initiatives, she was bringing investment to the country, she was growing, she was really, really active. 6 years later, the Madam Sally, when I remember that I saw in 1997, a much younger Madam Sally, if she was given the presidency before Chancellor, we would still be in a better position. But over time, age got its own impact on you. My thing is, Joseph Boakai, I know he wants to do the right thing, but the man is saying one thing and the body is telling him no. That is why the people on the rescue train are the one calling the shot. Because I know a fully functioning Joseph Boakai that is in his prime won't allow that nonsense to happen and watch. But the question is, even if you want to do it, the energy and you are not just capable.
Yeah,
ability.
You see the law in your face, but
I see the law in your face, but you just can't.
if I can make it. So yeah, so maybe let's get to you. Maybe you're about to go to the news bulletin before you leave us.
Yes, indeed. So quickly, let me just sign with my brother Mark. You know, whenever he speak, sometimes you just leave room now. Either you just add or maybe you just let him go. But to just say, Mr. More, I think you just need. I think one of the things that are going to suffer this government is the old age factors. Whether we like it or not, this president is old, and that's just the fact. You make decision for himself. All these things that are happening today, like Mo said, if if President Buhari going to be young, this is not going to happen. Well, because the people feel that he is old, so now all those senators and that they are the ones that are running things, whether we like it or not, and that's just the fact. They are the ones that are vetting, they are the ones that are appointing, they are the ones that are confirming. So where are we? That's it, we answer. So that all I can say. For
Seko,
now.
Yeah,
before we get on to go, when was the last time in your adult life in Liberia that you saw lawmakers that are charged with a responsibility to confront where they want making appointment? Not even in the rebel government charter, it never even happened. It never happened in the history of Liberia. That lawmakers that will be confirming presidential nominees are the one making the appointment in government. When last you saw it? Never.
Because they were the one that make the president. They're the one that told the president, we're going to run the government, we're going to run the country, we're going to make you president. You're just going to be a photocopy. You're going to be a picture. You're just going to be there for just a matter, but we're going to be the one running the country. So, and that is exactly what's going on. So the president is just a matter for now, unless actually he shows the other side of him. So let's go to Lawrence in Beaumont on Radio Former 99.3. Lawrence, are you there? Can you hear us? Okay, it looks like Lawrence is kind of a little bit struggling with this whole internet stuff. We're getting some delay. Abraham is here. Abraham, how you doing, my brother? What's going on? What's going on? Any updates from Liberia from your end?
Thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kana. It's good that
Hey, you don't have to put that up to your mouth. We'll hear you.
hello.
You don't have to put it to your mouth. Oh, okay. You got muted. I think you got to put it to your mouth. Maybe that's what.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So, congratulations to the team. It's good to be on the show today. And let me say hats up to May Bonkula, Lawrence, Mazio Mo from Radio Former, and the district I'm from. It's good to be on the show. Sadly, I would say, the incident that occurred in River Sets on the Woman that caused the life of 16 Liberians who lost their life from the mudslide on the Goma in River Sets County is a sad moment as well for the people of River Sets County and Liberia. And of course, we saw similar, issue taking place on the highway in Maryland as well. People lost their life. Students of the Tottenham University also lost their life, and it's also a sad moment for the county and the country as well. But too many things happening. We saw on the emerging website, President Waka releasing some of the position again, superintendent and local. Most of them fall under the internal affair aspect of it. But on the overall, I just want to see the video, follow the conversation, then we can tap in other issues. Thank you, Mr. Kane.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abraham. And let me see here if we can get back to Lawrence. Lawrence, are you available now? All right. So Lawrence is muted. He's probably not hearing us. Let me see here. So, you know, I'm actually, concerned. Who is that? Can you
I
get
think it's much.
Can you hear him or
I
something?
think it's much better.
Huh?
Can you hear me, Chief?
Yeah, I can hear you, but we're having some difficulties. We're getting feedback.
Okay. Not from my end.
No, it's from your end. Whatever you're touching, just touch that again.
Much better.
No, it's still having the. Okay. Yeah, you can go off and on. All right, you can just mute yourself since we're having some difficulties with that. Just go ahead and mute yourself. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you're muted now. We are still having some difficulty with our colleagues there in Bomai area, but the bottom line is the people can hear us, the people in the district and the counties and in other part of Liberia, they're listening to us. As you can see, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter, we are on radio format in Bomai. We are on Truth FM as always, 96.1. We are everywhere uh, around the world, but it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. You know, some of these things can remind me of what. Let me see here. It looks like Alaska. Can you hear me? Okay. Alaska is muted. He's not hearing me. Maybe if he's hearing me, you need to unmute yourself. You want to say something.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yes.
think it's muted,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was muted. Yeah, I just unmuted myself.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, thank you, Sekou.
You've been following the conversation. So, folks, just in case you don't know, Alaska is part of the radio format from Bomai, Bon County. He's here today also to be part of this conversation. So, what I mean, you've been following the conversation. What say you, briefly?
So I'm hearing an overlap of the voice. I don't know if
We are having some. Can you hear me?
yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right. So I was asking you, have you been following the conversation?
Yes, I've been following the discussion.
So what? So what say you? Do you have anything to add?
Okay, so yeah, and I must comment some of the things that Brazilian monk said. I mean,
Yeah, I think I can see the love in Alaska face too. He just might
Yeah.
not make it.
The internet, the internet,
Yeah,
what they.
that's how we got to make some down payment to the future by increasing our internet output.
Yeah, the internet library is bad. It's so bad, man. It's so bad. Yeah. So you know, my concern now, Monk and the rest of the colleagues, is that if Sylvester Crispy can listen to DeLong as opposed to listening to the president and doing what is right, if DeLong going to use him, you know, to vent out his anger or to somehow settle score with people that he has grudge against, do you think Sylvester Crispy's days are numbered, Monk? Do you think this will affect him? If the president is not happy, especially the may go and appoint a friend's son, you know the papa want to travel business, not easy. The may go appoint a friend's son. Ebe plucky father than like the papa's friend. And now the mayor appoint his friend's friend that really campaign for him vigorously. Now you who listen to the loan to remove that person, you think this will go down well? And do you think this could also, have some negative impact on Sylvester Grisby?
Seku, for me, I'm not so much interested in the day-to-day politics of Liberia. I'm mostly interested in the forward movement of Liberia. My thing here is whether you remove Sylvester Grisby or not, Whether you want to impose your relative in certain lucrative position, that's not my concern. My concern is the chief executive in control, because Sylvester Grace is an individual. Whether you remove you or not, it's the same thing we'll be talking here. I will care less about the person that's going to replace him. The thing here is, how is Joseph Boaga going to turn this situation around to get the average voter of sense as to who is in control? That's my primary concern. Delon or the Nyombli or the Prince they can play all the politics in the world. Like I told you a couple of days ago, I said the former political leader of the ANC, Kwame Clement, he wrote a very sketchy, indicting article when it comes to the constitutionality of this whole tenure position thing. And he made a very salient point. He made a very salient point on the issue. Maybe we'll find another day to discuss it. But he was saying something, sending a message to the commander-in-chief that the framework of the law, the idea of the constitution, that this tenure position were created for, and you are literally abusing the very same constitution. So for me, I could care less. Sylvester Grisby is not like Bureau. People never voted for Sylvester Grisby. They voted for Joseph Boaga, and that's what people are willing to see. People want to see something from the chief executive, telling the Liberian people, you know what, I'm the one running the show. I'm the one calling the shot. I'm the one making the appointment. I don't care about Sylvester Grisby. The people can twist it all they want. They can say, okay, yeah, it's political wisdom because Sylvester Grisby, maybe he's now a Unity Party partisan. He's from the communist side of the thing. I mean, of the eye. But the question is, even if he moves Sylvester Grisby, how does it change the narrative? Who replaces him? How do you change the narrative that Joseph Boaga is the one running the show?
If the man is not going to be in control, it's still going to be the same old, same old.
It's going to be the same old thing.
Yeah, you're right. So, Steve, welcome. And Alaska, we're trying to say something before we lost him. Alaska, you back? Can you hear us? Well, it looks like what did you want mom say you see the law of Alaska is not mutable. Alaska can you make it?
I'm back. I can hear you loud. I can hear you guys loud and clear.
Yeah,
I
but
hear
the
voices
reason why,
fluctuating.
because your internet is bad. That's all. That's enough.
Okay.
No other reason. The internet over there is very, very slow. Sometimes the voice can come in very late, and then it will be kind of like a repetitive.
Okay.
So that's the reason. But if you can hear me, go ahead and tell us what you feel about what you just heard, and then we can go to Steve.
All right, guys, it's a good show. Carry on. Maybe I will join you another time, but it's just so bad from my end. I mean,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry, Liberia. That's Liberia we have. Yeah. The reason why Melbourne can be sunny because they're not just regular internet. That one. Other than that, before we even got to that point, we know what used to happen here. Yeah, well, thanks to the management of True FM, at least, we have some stable internet at the, in studio. Yeah. So, Steve,
Yes,
how you doing?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Kanye. Good to see you guys. Good afternoon. As always, Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. I was unable to follow the conversation because I was in a meeting. I just got off the meeting. But just coming on here, I think I heard you saying something about Minister Grisby listening to Senator Darius DeLong. Um, you know,
Do you want me to repeat what happened? What I said? Since you're not following.
yes, yeah. Please
So
repeat it for a second.
yeah, here's the information. SKTV is informed that Abel Plaki used to work for DeLong in DeLong's office. Abel Plaki and Martin Kula left DeLong the same time. And Abel Plaki was also one of the main supporters of President Boakai during the campaign. Abel Plaki's father is also a friend of Joseph Nima Boakai. So Joseph Nima Boakai appointed Abel Plaki to be the superintendent in Magibi County. Now, the law now reportedly called Sylvester Grisby to remove that name from the list. And the name was removed from the list without the acquiescence of the president. without the knowledge of the president or approval of the president. Now, every Plaki follower now and people, every Plaki supporter now, or people connected to him now, inform the presidency that you appointed this guy here, but for some reason, the man didn't make it. Now, only to find out that it was DeLong who called Sylvester Grisby and told him to remove that name. That man is not qualified to be, instead of using his office, the Senate, to lobby against him, but he used the power of leverage that they have with the rescue team and the fact that they are the one that controls the rescue team. So he used that leverage and asked Sylvester Grisby. So when the president got this information, the president asked Grisby what happened. So the president was angry that he appointed Ebe Plaki, not Victoria Duncan. So the same question comes back as to who is actually in control. Just to get you up to speed as to what we were talking about. So
Well, Mr. Kane, I've never seen so much of a trouble in one place at the same time. In most recent times in our politics than what Delon, Yombly, Prince Moui,
so we are back on 2FM, just so you know.
and even the president and the vice president they are creating. You know, um, it's interesting how Sylvester Grisby's name has come up again.
Yeah.
The 4,500. Anything you do, they want to get rid of Sylvester Grisby. And I think Sylvester Grisby himself is putting his own foot in your mouth too. And part of the reason they have decided to get rid of Sylvester Grisby is because of the one economic crimes code thing that they have agreed with Prince Johnson on. Prince Johnson, Delon, Yombly, and even Jeremiah Cole, along with Prince Moyi, they are aware that Sylvester Grisby, and we show you the picture on here. I think Segun still got the picture. Sylvester Grisby and Dr. Allen White and other people are in touch 24/7 almost all the days. And because Delon and Yombly they have opposed to the one economic crimes court, don't listen to what they're saying in public. They're not even standing with the Labrampo on this thing. No, they are not. You're listening, they're not. The Prince Moyi, the Delon, the Yombly, the Jeremiah Kuhn. Jeremiah Kuhn ain't playing himself. He ain't playing nobody. He playing himself. So nobody now he not worry about it. I don't want to discuss Jeremiah Kuhn. Because una time can't tell a story. Una story about a long story. But for Delon to even make such a call, it shows that everything else that he has stood up for against President George Weah then, it shows that he's hypocritical. Why interfere with the executive? That's the first part I wanted for us to clarify. Why even interfere with the executive? Let's forget about who's in charge here. Why should the Senate be interfering with the executive? No wonder why he's saying now when they're asking everything that's going on. He said, too early to tell you, too early to tell you.
No, he
It's
said.
because yes, Dylan said I'm only one time that it's too early yet. That though there are some missteps, but it's too early yet to talk. But you know, it just shows that everything that is said against George Weah, against CDC, it was just out of hate. It was not out of love for the Liberian people. Because if they really care about the Liberian people and do what is right, they will not be repeating or making worse mistakes than George Weah and the CDC made. Truly speaking, they will not be engaged in these kind of things. They who claim they know better. All the way Dylan needs to be passing around, they like. That to come and do the kind of disgraceful and shameful things. Secondly, to Sylvester Grace B. I think you're doing too much, Sylvester Grace B. Yeah, you're doing too much now. You're not small boy, you be men. And I say you be boy, I say you be men. Because you're not acting like be boy. Now you saw a lot of people like Dylan call you to position you. See what I say? You a Dylan. Dylan like your late brother. That Dylan supposed to call you and make you to be on record. You solo get Dylan on record. Yeah, because you've been around. Dylan might be crooked, but Dylan not your late brother. Dylan not your picking about the same bro. How do you allow Dylan to put you and the president at loggerhead? How? Let's come to the president instead. Joseph Bala will told you. We told you, your family, your children, your supporters, the world at large, that you're not able to job. We told you to stay away from this thing. Please don't bring confusion in our country. Please, Joseph Boaka, don't bring problem in our country. If you're not able to job, go step aside, go sit down somewhere. Their job enough of look, even young people to be president, it comes with a lot of look, there's a lot of trouble behind it. Especially if you're a leader for Liberian people. Joseph Boaka, I want to send an open appeal to you, buddy. I beg you. The thing that I post, it will be on record that you became president for Liberia. Go sit down. Don't plunge the country into chaos because the road are your own. That get total confusion, discombobulation, and problem you won't bring in our country. Because when you start marginalizing people, taking the name for the other place, other people get a own family to feed too. Other people, look, they'll be honest. And this guy that they're talking about, this particular guy that Dylan asked for them to move in me, Dylan is just ungrateful by nature. Do you know that this guy was one of the campaign managers for Dylan? This guy and Martin Cole, they help along with Emmanuel Yato and other people. They help. He was the campaign manager. So how can Dylan, even if the man say he resigned from your office, Dylan in your office stay in existence? And you still got people that you recruit that are working? What is
I
the
know
issue?
it's
Why
retribution.
must you be so why must you be so vindictive? Why must you be going after people? This is politics. If somebody feel like you're no longer in line and the person wants to resign, and the man that resign and went after you, he never calls you, he never made plow with you, he never made confusion, that he right to resign. In fact, it should even be honoring that this man resigned from your office and now he's seeking something else. Why go after him? What is the issue? You know, sometimes we like to look for plow where there's no plow. So, Mr. Kane, my only thing is, you know, Dylan then should not, Dylan and Yombly then should not put this country to the place that it's not supposed to be because people will get vexed with them and they will just be, you know, attacking each other, going after each other. And we got serious things to do in that country. People got to live. People got to find food to eat. You can't be witch hunting people on the job. Also, you're not taking for sedition now. You're bringing it to other people then who you got personal issue with because they resign from you. How do you live like that? How do you live like that? And to Joseph Boyka, we understand that you don't know what's going on. You will never know what's going on, unfortunately. But Papa, it may be a time for you to step aside. Be like my honest call to the Papa. He need to go sit down somewhere. He not know what's going on. And if anything goes wrong, he will be blamed for it. So, you know, tell Satoka, go sit down somewhere because they're on a level that he is Dylan there, Yombly there, and Primo there. But can you imagine, to tell you that it's a serious mess for Joseph Boaga to name Mandela Cooper as political advisor. You serious? I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
Are
but
you serious?
Mandela Cooper alone, you know, like we said here, Steve, from the nomination, I personally agree that Joseph Boakai's presidency was going to be a failure. I'm telling you, based on who were appointed, who recommended them, how they were appointed. For example, Mandela Cooper was appointed because Mandela Cooper was brought on by Yumli Kangalores. Mandela Cooper was convinced by Nyomli Kangalore to join the rescue team. So ultimately, Nyomli is one of the people that actually control the rescue team. So you don't expect Mandela Cooper to go free. Look at Eugene Fangon.
Yep.
CDC rejects.
Reject.
CDC left. Somebody that cannot even be anything. Somebody that the Liberian Senate or Liberian House of Representatives label as non-governmental material that the President Joseph Boakai appointing to. That to tell you, Stanton was appointing those people. So let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai government is a failure from the beginning due to his own making. And the good thing about it, nobody is undermining Joseph Boakai. Nobody is trying to destroy Joseph Boakai government from outside. Joseph Boakai government destroying herself from within. So they can't blame the CDC, they can't blame the ANC, they can't blame the Liberty Party, they can't blame nobody. The only thing here is for the Liberian people to actually understand as to what is leading to the crumbling of Joseph Boakai government from within. And the reason is very simple. The same reason that people were telling you that don't vote for Joseph Boakai, it was because we said Joseph Boakai is not going to be in control. It's not that we don't like him. It's not that we don't we don't love him. It's not that we are against him as a person. No. We said the puppet does not know what is going on. He cannot actually understand the current reality, the current trend of events, how things unfold on a daily basis. And these people are playing him. So whether it's Mandela Cooper, whether it's look at, for example, my own picking Mark Jabate was given position because people put together in a place there to you your vote for Joseph Boakai. Magna is a minister. If these are conditions,
that's how me a chicken minister.
No, whatever that is. Imagine Mike is a minister now, not because Mike is competent. And let me tell you something. Whether it's Mike Patel, whether it's crazy and liar or Fangon, whether it's other people that shady characters, people that nobody expected to be anything. Not because somebody campaign for you, then automatically they are qualified to serve. You can help them in different ways. You can send them to school. Or maybe you can employ them somewhere where they can be, decision makers. But to when people based on Facebook, do you know how many professionals, Liberians, are there here in America, in Europe, in Australia, in China, even in Liberia? Professionals with the requisite knowledge and experience and the technical know-how to move a government forward. Just like I don't even know what's going on. The people in the Nigeria are appointing people, bringing names. People fighting themselves. Why is it that in the meeting, Joseph Boakai is telling Nyombli, Prince Moi, James Barney, all the people telling them, say, but what happened? I did not appoint Doma as Deputy Minister of Health. I appointed the lady. Up to now, that lady, she said, I'm making it. Imagine the person appointing somebody, the other person said, no, that person cannot serve. Imagine the person sending 7 names, normally taking a pen and scratch it up, say no. that those names not going to be read on this Senate floor. Only 3 people. All the other people they know. Let me say something before I go to my colleagues. When that whole tenure position team came up, when we said it was wrong, SKTV, we were the first people to say it was wrong. Joseph Baker should not even try it. When we said it was wrong, what happened? One of the people called me, key player in the United Party, called me, Sekou, you stop wasting your time. You think CDC came and enjoy? We will come here and we lead them in those lucrative positions? Are you kidding me? That's the person. Why are you telling me? Don't even waste your time. You can turn it and twist it. After all, we will remove them. Then I say there will be a lot of public outcry. I say outcry to go where how far Labrador Pro crack can go. I said I wouldn't you're the one will be talking about it, but other people will not lead them there. We'll remove them. How come the president is saying one thing, then other people saying different thing, and then now the control is not with the president. The government, the appointments, the deletion, the addition, and subtraction is done outside the purview of the president. People are doing whatever they want to do. So now, before we go to Liberia to take phone calls, both you, Steve, and Monk, we saw this coming. We talk about these things way before the election that Joe Baka was not going to be in control. Do you feel vindicated? And do you think Liberian people will learn the hard way for their action?
You want me to go, Steve?
Yeah,
Sekou, I'm not looking for vindication. The thing is that it was all the warning signs were there from the beginning of the election. Whether it was from the favorite nephew, people saw it, they knew it. The problem in Liberia, that's what I keep telling you, maybe democracy is not for Liberia because at the current pace, we will not make any progress. And it almost like our own elections, like a national security risk. Because if you read the World Bank report, it says something that the people in the interior, that they are totally disconnected, no economic incentive, and they are afraid that extreme poverty could trigger a political upheaval in the country from what they are observing. That people are so poor and so disenchanted that something could go wrong. So the question is, if the vast majority of the people that are outside of the city that live in the interior, they are engaged in such a level of poverty, what's happening over the past 6 years and even before then. The question here is, how do you move forward? How do you make progress? That's the only thing that can keep me up awake at night. How do you make progress in such a system? We said it. We knew that was going to happen. There were warning signs. Even Joseph Boakai supported themselves saw it, but they said they agreed. That was why they told us. When we read the Jeremiah Cohn issue, look, Sekou, we said it on the show. The only reason you pick a vice president is to pick somebody who will be willing and able to pick up the slack from day one at any moment in time. I bet you if I call Unity Party partisan, 9 out of 10 will not live with the fact that Jeremiah Cohn should become the next president. But guess what? They still supported the ticket, even though, and they know the Constitution says, in the absence of the president, whether by death or resignation, the vice president is the one that take office. But everything was politics, and that's the problem in that, bro. We don't know when to put country's interest versus politics. That's the major problem. People think this thing is like a skirmish between the CDC and the Unity Party, that we want to win. Okay, you won. But the question is Labro winning? And you said it right. That's why I keep telling you from day one, I said Joseph Boakai is not in control, because the Joseph Boakai that I heard about, that are supposed to, I don't know him personally, never interacted with him, but the kind of a review we go about Joseph Boakai, for you to see things that they happen, and that's what the president told you, we could care less about the Constitution. The TNU positions are very lucrative, and we will abuse the Constitution. And the Liberian people, we could care less, because not too many people are paying attention. And I say it on the show all the time. You got three groups of people. The people who are mostly interested in the future of that country live outside of the country. They are the one that pay attention. They are the one that monitor. I think Steve talked about it because he's the social analyst here when it comes to the kind of a psychological thing, the whole Maslow hierarchy of need. I told you, when people are in extreme poverty, they don't pay attention. They only live for tomorrow or today. You wake up in the morning, you want to see how you can pay your children's school fee to put food on your table. You think you get time to be diving into politics, buying data and analyzing what Sekou or Steve or Monk is going to say? No, you are not interested in that. You are only waiting to get to tomorrow and see how you can hustle again. So the vast majority of the people making the decision on behalf of the country, they're not making better decisions. The few in the country that understand the system, that know what it takes to move the country forward, they are in search of a job so they can see the wrong thing and stay supported either way. And so when they get to power, they be like, you know what, who cares? The vast majority of the people that are being affected could care less anyway, so we can do anything. That's what I probably told you. We could care less about the constitution. We could care less about tenure position. The fact of the matter is these positions are very lucrative and it's our time. We will run a roughshod on people. We could care less, and we need those jobs by any means possible. That was the signal the president chief advisor on legal affairs came on camera and said he knew about the tenure position. He understands the laws governing them, but guess what? Who cares? The vast majority of the Liberia don't care anyways, so we can do anything and get away. It was the same thing that the our government did. So within 30 days, you're talking about an outgoing administration using upward of 89 million in the name of providing security and election. $89 million. Think about that one second.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So more.
Thank you so much. So Steve, after you, we will go to the radio station in Liberia to take some calls and to hear from our people. You know, Steve, before you say something, I just want to, so say kudos to our followers. SKTV on the social media is actually booming. I'm seeing about 150 people on YouTube. I watch something, and I'm very impressed by that. The YouTube, followers are getting a lot, and that's not what we are even seeing on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on Twitter. So I think that's
Sekou, I'm not interrupting you. Just a quick second. Any update on the people from Riverside County? I heard there was a landslide that more than 50% was stolen.
Yeah, Abraham briefly talked about it. I think we are digging deeper. We got more information before the show ends. So yeah, so Steve, go ahead, and then from there we'll go to Liberia. Sorry.
Thank you. No, that's cool. I want to say two major things. Normally, Kanga Lawrence and Darius DeLong vow that anybody who support Musa ability and who is part of the Musa ability fashion, quote unquote, fashion of the Liberty Party, they will not be appointed in the Joseph Human Boaga government. In fact, Martin Kohler and other people, their names were sent there 3 different times to the executive mansion. Normally they took it off. I challenged Yomli Kanga and Delon to say that lie. I sent an open challenge to 2 of them for them to say that lie. SKTV is reporting that today, that this is what they are doing. They say Joe we can witch hunt. They say other people can witch hunt. This is what they are doing. But you know what's disappointing? Mark asked a question I want to address quick and we'll get to that. Mark asked a question, how do we move from here? How do we go forward? But we're not going forward. We'll never be able to go forward. Let me tell you why. You see CDC lawmakers, they are in the Senate. They planted in the Senate too. This behavior that Delon and Jobly is exhibiting right in front of them, all of them silent and mute on it. They're supposed to be calling for Delon and Jobly to be expelled from the Senate. They're supposed to be doing that. Let me tell you something. If you want to do what is right, you do what is right, especially from a political standpoint. This thing that they're overlooking, the same thing that they overlook with Unity Party. And Unity Party people took them for ride and played in the second round of this election and won the election. I see all of them falling in line. I see Abachi them falling in line. I see what it means, Nathaniel Baggett them falling in line. When they were in power and Delon and Hashama, the only reason why you see them falling in line is because all of them, you listen to this, all of them are conniving They have connived in the past to do wrong to the Liberian people. None of them speaking on the issue. This issue should be spoken about in the Senate. It should be spoken about in the legislature. That Delo and Yombli and other people, they are interfering with the executive. It is absolutely wrong from a democratic standpoint, from a constitutional standpoint, and this should not be done. They should shame them and call them out. If possible, bring it on the floor, bring a motion on the floor. But they're not doing it. So to tell you, Monk, we have a long way to go. Because if the one you can speak, then all of them gang up in a little corner. Or most of them who took the vulture, they go against him because they don't want to do what is right.
Hmm.
And this is absolutely wrong.
Thank you, Steve.
So
Thank you so much.
let's hear from our people from back home.
Yeah, so Mabel, I'm not sure if Lawrence will be able to do any call because they are having some trouble with
No,
the.
I'm yeah. Can you hear me, Chief Sekou? Can you hear
We
me?
can hear you, but it's burning.
Yes, I think
Yeah, it's burning. So just mute yourself, and we can make adjustment and take calls another time because
all right.
uh,
So 0778
let Mabel go ahead and
82. That's the number to call. Again, 0778 The line already start blinking from right here in our main studio, 2FM, our studio B. Yes, indeed. Thanks to the team. 0778 Call in to be part of the show. Let me get to the line, pick up my first caller. To this caller, good evening. My brother, we're great. Thank God for life. Go ahead, your name and for where you join us. Go ahead, boss. So why you don't want to go to the issues? If you don't want to be part of the issue, then you just forget it. Okay, to this caller, good evening. Hello, my brother. Go ahead. No, we don't want to go that route. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Your name and for where you join us. Yeah, go ahead. All right, brother. Thank you so much for being part of this caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother. Go ahead. Your name and for where you join us.
the callers are a little bit low. I don't know for some reason. Just put up your phone volume up a little bit, maybe if you don't mind. Phone volume. Yeah.
other people who count the platform is to push the government to do the right thing. They are not enemy. They are not enemy. But most of our friends see that we are still campaigning here. No, we are not campaigning. Liberian people are suffering on a daily basis. Everything person is claiming, and then people will try to get best for people trying to provide information, and the information they are providing or the things that they are saying when things get it's doing it because of you.
All right, thank you so much. They are doing it. The media is doing it just because of you. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm still calling from Banjiri Zero.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for your certain point. Thank you for the talented institute and our brothers that are in ESA. You know, we Liberians, we try to understand the fact. When one is providing the fact is right. We must be very honest. Liberia, at the present stage, the president is not in control right now. The president, for every appointment he made, other people had their own appointment. And this is not offering well for the country. The way the country is proceeding, the president needs to rethink. Is that so? What I'm looking at tomorrow, the government will find it difficult because by now the government should be in readiness to get the Liberian people business at hand. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part. To this caller, good evening.
The lines are hot.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you. My name is Charles Junior. I'm doing from a resident.
Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you for the show. You know, really we have to be factual to our questions. That truly, I think Mr. Wanga have to let it be brave enough to think beyond the ordinary as a leader. There's also all of the things that are happening now. You will think you will get to know that they are testing Mr. Wanga because all of us when you go up just when you just say on our show or Sylvester Gressy, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, I think that guy is trying to damage Joseph Wanga for he won't take action. And apart from that, so many things are happening in the Unipart, right? Like the 650,000 where that was mismanaged by the other formula, no state. We also talk about the 650,000 that also mismanaged by the party chairman, no state. And now we are going on to another thing that is so disgracing to the country and to some of us who supporting the executive party. And I think so one has to let it be the middle and take the thing. That's that bringing another person here, if you record a person and appoint another person, I don't think I call for. Because the things are happening and then you keep making some of us she will not get nothing to say. I think the point for me is the president has to let it be in charge of the whole thing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. One of the party supporter also crying, in fact, advising. To this caller, good evening.
Thank you, neighbor. Let me say good evening. There is the voice of William Covey, and I joined this conversation for District 3. Let me use the medium to appreciate His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Mwakai for his stewardship and his good leadership towards the Liberian people. Mr. President, you are on course. We see all of the appointments, everything, nobody, all of the haters and critics, they have nothing to say about the appointees because academically, experience-wise, they are qualified and they are here to serve the Liberian people. Don't listen to those people who still live in Yapimu, who live in Ethiopia, that they think that you will never become president. Today you become president and they are angry because they are questioning feeding. We are simple to pay for them. We have no milk to give to them. So they will continue to live with that misfeeding and we will continue to make them feel bad. That thing that they don't want to hear from you is what we will promote as the Liberian people. So thank you. Keep on your good work. We are waiting for your good leadership.
Thank you so much for being part. At least respectfully disagree. That's the thing we want. We don't want people maybe insulting other people. No, we will not allow that here. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Daniel Vanna. I'm calling from Bomash.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
Okay, my concern is joined to two major issues the studio guests there talk about. You talk about there is a need to impeach a certain lawmaker. I don't know how you explain that and how it relates to the Constitution that a certain lawmaker will be impeached because of some president. And you also stress on the issue that the president is not in control, the law, nobody and others are making the appointments. You refer to the situation where President White, we are always referred to Mange. And in the history of Liberia, Mange was the most famous minister of state. And and your opinion that you are using that, newly, if I may give my opinion to Mange issue, you are technically the one appointing government official. How do you relate to all of those things? If you are giving a suggestion that is certain lawmakers should be impeached because they have some relationship with the president. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me see. The time. Okay, I think we have
maybe 2 more.
Go ahead, let's call up. So get 10 more minutes to go.
Yeah, get 2 more.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dana.
Democracy is very good because it provides the opportunity for people to express. And that's why the SKTV founded the stage in the campaign move. We understand that. But one thing I can tell them is that this government that have not even gone 3 months have tried to get on a moving train, and the train is moving gradually. You look at the president, and you say the president is not prepared, is not ready to lead the country. We think the SKTV family, they are not just to the Liberian people. You look at the president, we look at the budget and say, I will flat my budget 50% last. He did it from 4 million, he took 2 million. He don't stop there. The Ministry of State budget from 20 million to 9 million. You see the good thing the president is on his feet doing.
That's the problem like bro is faced with right there.
It's okay.
Women voted this government, and we prayed for the best of the government, and the government will succeed. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana Johnson. Seku and President Mock, I think I can take over.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That last caller just summed up the whole discussion. That's the problem like bro face over there.
Yeah, gentlemen, just a second. Let me check with Lawrence. I don't know whether he has something to say or maybe whatever.
Yeah. Hello?
It can be grinding. That's the only reason why I kind of, yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Chief Seku?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Well, there are some people who try texting me now they want to participate on the show from Bon Mines. Yeah, I think a guy from Bon Mines also called. So I just want to read out the number so we can take a few calls from this side.
Yeah, you read the number, take few calls, maybe 2-3 calls. Okay.
0775-525-262, 086-02-1302, 0775-525-262, 086-02-1302. Those are the numbers you call this evening and be part of the show on SKTV. This is Radio Former. We coming to you this evening from our center, Bon Mines, Yasia SK. 0775-525-262. 086-02-1302. Let me go to the phone lines and speak to this person. Good evening, Yanni. Where you come from?
Hello.
Yeah, Yanni, where you come from? Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
We are struggling to hear the person.
Yeah. 0775-525-262. 086-02-1302. Let me take this caller here on this side. Good evening, caller. Yanni, where you come from? Yeah, Yanni, where you come from? Go ahead, Chief. Let me hear you. You speaking to Lawrence? Thank you. Thank you. To the next person.
I think we're going to have to do some adjustment moving forward on.
Okay, thank you. Let me take this person. Let me take this person on this side. Good evening, Yanin. Where you come from?
All right, take that last person, then we can.
Yeah, Yanin, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Yanin. Where you come from? Go ahead. Let me go to line 2 and see who is on this phone line here. Yeah, hello, your name, where you come from? Go ahead, Chila, hear you.
Yeah, we're not hearing. I'm so.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, thank you. Let me take this last caller here. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, take that last question so we can.
Okay, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the border government, these guys that for the diaspora, they not too sure if one of the border will actually take it for the first 6 years. So they thought they reach that step, you know, they can get them money in their pocket and say, you know, because they're not sure it. They think that when Jeremiah take over, he said the rule will be changed. So this is one of the things they are fighting for. You know, they get something in their pocket before anything happens. Sure, actually, all what they are doing, they're not sure whether you finish for the first 6 years.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Chief. Chief Sekou, it's all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. At least you know we will try to improve. Honorable Yeka Koluba was actually on the line, but I didn't want to cut the guys off in that place. So let's hear from the Honorable Koluba. Let's see uh, what's going on with him here, because he was actually on the line while we were taking calls on that area, but we're not hearing them that clear. Um, so Steve and Monk, you know, while we stay on the radio, we are seeing mixed reactions here, and I think it's a good thing. You know, some people, if they're afraid, they're jittering. They're afraid for the fact that we are shining light and we are informing and educating the Liberian people about some of the lapses and the, you know, a gross display of incompetence and inaptitude on the part of the president and his entourage. So the people, they are not happy about that. They don't want Liberian people to be educated about their lapses at this early age of their government. So they are afraid, they are scared. They know exactly what happened. But this is not us. This is not about anybody. This is not about campaigning. This is not about, you know, any other political parties. Everything going on right now, you telling me that Ebe Plaki is the enemy of Joseph Boagadou? No, he's not. You know, while we're just talking, somebody just called me, a very reliable person, and said that their family member, a female from Grand Bassa County, was also appointed to be the Minister of Labor. But because that person had problem, allegedly, that person had problem with Nyambli, and she said that person can be, and that name was removed from the Ministry of Labor. That person was supposed to be the person Joseph Boakai appointed to be the Minister of Labor. So we're going to see these things over and over and over every day. So people who are doing it, people who are removing name, who are deleting and subtracting and hiding and everything that they are doing, those are not opposition. Those are not SKTV people. They got nothing to do with SKTV. Until you guys can turn with reality to understand that if anything happening or will happen to Joseph Boakai government, it is coming from within, among themselves. Those people may not be original Unity Party people, but they are original member of the rescue team. And the rescue team, the motive of the rescue team was to get to that, you know, leadership, to that presidency, and care less about what become the legacy of Joseph Jima Boakai. People just wanted to, people, we said this over and over. People just wanted to support Joseph Jima Boakai so they can exploit the system. They can use it as a stepping stone to achieve their selfish egos. So they had nothing to do with SKTV or 2FM or former TV, former radio, former. Nobody really cares. All we want to see is to see a smooth running of the government. But if they are actually peeing and pooing on themselves, they want to hold responsible. No, we're going to report what's happening. We are not making up story. So I want to say thank you to the callers, the many callers. That's what democracy is all about, and we respect every tenet of democracy, especially when it comes to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, some of which are the fundamental right under our constitution. So I want to say thank you to the people that call in. But yeah, don't hold responsible. We really don't care about how you run your government, but we will just report what happened. So we did, Monk, anything you want to say, because we didn't call. I mean, we didn't call Sylvester Grisby to remove Ebe Plake's name.
Yep.
We didn't call Jumbly to say he should block some of the names from being read on the Senate floor. We didn't tell her to do that. And the other information we're getting right now that she's tapped of another female. Even though we are yet to authenticate that information, but it was just that's what we say allegedly. But whatever be the case, Joseph Nima Boakai government is being crumbling from within, and it is not the making of anybody else but themselves. So, Monk, before we leave the radio, what do you want to say about what you just heard from these people? And do you think Joseph Nima Boakai, okay, we lost Monk, but let me take one or two calls from here. Hello, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 401 number. Yeah, you are live on SKTV.
Take me off live. I want to talk to you.
Okay, you are live on SKTV. Okay, let me. You want to talk to me?
Yeah, I want to talk to you first.
Okay. Go ahead. Can we talk after the show? Because I can't be on the phone while I'm on the show. Okay, I'll call you back after the show. All right. So I apologize. So we stay on the radio format 99.3 in Beaumont, Bon County. So Monk, I was asking you then we went on.
Yep.
So do you think anything will change here?
Nothing will change. That's why I keep asking, what's the way forward? The callers, you listen to them, they got two groups of people in life. They got people who believe in the truth. Then they got people who believe what they think is the truth. The other caller were blaming people from the diaspora and how people want to put money in their pocket. The fact of the matter is, we said it on the show, the elections are over. Your choices were made. You got your president. We are just saying that even the people on the rescue train themselves, it has been confirmed that they are self-sabotaging their own progress. We saw it in the budget, we saw it in the World Bank report. We're hearing this from the vast majority of the callers in Liberia, except for the few that want to play politics. And that's the problem we keep saying. People don't know when to play politics. They cannot differentiate things that is in the country's interest versus things that are in their political interest. How can you say people that come on the platform every day to point out the ills in the society that the Braga government could be listening to make some adjustment, be the one that is responsible for what's happening? The least thing a president can do is to form his own government. These people tell me they got something they call a rest of vision. Almost like I remember when George Bush they call it something they call pro agenda, and we got poor then why they met there. You got people that came with a whole arrest agenda. and to form their own government. The people who supposed to implement the mandate of their arrest, they can't even get their own government. And you're telling us that people in the diaspora should be responsible, that we want for the government to fail? That's a choice. That's why I keep asking people, we are not going anywhere, because 6 years from now, the same color that call again, they will be the one making the ultimate decision on behalf of Liberia. And you see everything happening, everything is unfolding. So I don't see a way out. That's why last night I was thinking, I was like, this country, I really don't know. Because with this kind of a system, you are only endangering future generation. That's it. And you know, I tell my people in the diaspora, that's why I said, keep supporting SKTV, keep coming here. Because no matter how long you stay in the diaspora, at a certain point in time, you will want to go back home. So don't see yourself in America today or in Europe or in Canada. Look, Sekou, I tell the average Liberian, go to Accra right now. Just stand to the airport for like 35 minutes or 40 minutes and see how many international flights will land. The vast majority of people going over there are going there to live. The reason they are going over there to live, including African American and some whites, because they are seeing progress, because they are seeing infrastructure, they're seeing better internet connectivity, running water, electricity, they're seeing roads, they're seeing mosques being built. We show you on the media the gone time. We saw drone delivering medical supplies to hospital right next door. And you see your country going down the drain every day, but yet you choose to play politics. Keep doing it and see how far it leads you. Now you're seeing things happening. Can you imagine just budget for the inauguration to the tune of 600 and some more $1,000? It disappeared with no trace. You ever hear about that again? No. What about a 20 million, 20, 19.5 million or 20 million between the outgoing and income administration? That one Librarian making say that fly is gone. You hearing what happening with the J. Kabakoli and his crew. The money that is being spent over there is just going in thin air. I just got some rate from the police station. A friend of mine sent me something for more than $945,000 gasoline that got missing from LPRC. And they say they want to, some people are playing politics with the investigation, because the Unity Party people are literally saying with the sedition people that stole the fuel. They have people in jail at the moment. I got it right on my screen here. 900 and some more $1,000, close to $1 million stolen gasoline. Can you imagine, in a single operation? And there's a country, and you said that you want to play politics because you want to defend your political leader? It's not going to help you. You can call and blame people from the diaspora. No, the vast majority of people in Boaga government, see, that's why the guys succeeded in doing. I said they think from Madam Salif administration. They steal and blame people from overseas. When in fact, more than 90% of the people in that government are people from Liberia, not from overseas. But you know what? They got to play the politics all the time. It's the locals versus the diaspora. You got your president that the US government is telling you we got upward of 200 million to invest in that country. If you can just bring war and economic crimes code. He's still playing games. He's yet to sign an executive order, despite the call from the international community. Something that could potentially put an economic sanction on you, including money transfer, because that's what I'm hearing as well. That you could experience the worst case scenario, and yet you still keep playing politics. Keep going ahead with your politics. Maybe everything SKTV coming for politics, but you can keep playing your politics. The elections are over. We're not going to relate to get the election. The rescue train took a calculated bet and they won. The only thing is Liberia is not winning, and that's our concern. So you won, you can play quarterback, you can play defense for Joseph Parker and Unity Party, or you won. At the end of the day, the realities are there. It's in all the newspaper. People are saying it. All the economists, they're raising your red flag. The one that came, but we'll talk about that one tomorrow. The one that came from front page Africa again. And you see what happened in River says. Sekou, can you imagine all the concessional agreement from the budget? It came to $37 million. All the corporations in Liberia, or companies, whether it's a Metal Steel, the Firestone, the BA Mountain, all your investment in a year. Do you know how much diaspora loan contribute to that budget in terms of international taxes?
Well, we more than 300 million.
Yes.
Just for United States
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. And the people that doing business.
Now all part of that. Now all part.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. You're saying something. Hello?
What's up with that?
I'm hearing you. Okay, yeah. I think your screen was frozen a little bit from
my screen was that never happened. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
Can
somebody
you
don't know.
imagine that? all the concession agreement put together, combined in the whole country. But go and look at the kind of environmental disaster they are causing. You got 50 of your brother, or I don't know the figure say 45 up to 50, and they are fear dead. And the amount they are
And
contributing to the economy.
the disaster management boss
Yeah.
making the last time said that they don't even have money to operate. He said
To
they can only
operate. Yeah,
they got no money to operate. Then other
yeah,
people are sharing money
yeah,
among
yeah, and
themselves.
they're buying furniture, they're giving they say a construction voucher. Like you got people that take your gas slip that making extravagant amount of money more than the average person. You buying their furniture, you paying their employees or their cooks, and you talking about DEA. AB Kroma came on the show complaining that we should raise money from overseas to help fund your operation when you got drugs. And you want to play politics and you think it's about politics. So good, let's have it for the day. We'll do it again tomorrow. I'm getting sick of this stuff too.
Let's provide opportunity for our people
Yeah,
here.
for our sorry, for our international
Yeah, the
callers and
diaspora
friends.
people.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can get a few people calling here. Those of you who may want to contribute to this conversation, you are free to call. And also, we want to encourage anybody who has been here for the first time, if you choose to support SKTV, do so. We do have a cash app and Zelle number. If this is your first time here, we are more than, you know. You know, let me say this. This is laughable. In a country where you see young people, educated young people, smart young people, level-headed young people, campaigning in prison for 79 to 82-year-old men to be their president. Listen to me and listen to me well. In the country, people that are supposed to be president, people that are supposed to be ministers, decision maker, still see themselves as too young to lead, too young to be smart, too young to be leaders, too young to do the right thing. But they can only campaign and support a man who cannot even use a smartphone, a man who cannot even use computer. You know, to tell you that these guys are so deceitful, the Unity Party people are so deceitful. They will go and take laptop and just put it in front of the paper. He too will ask something. He will just come there. Then they will take a picture. Even they will show the screen of the computer just to prove that, yeah, the paper is up to date. Can you imagine? They will take the paper and set him behind the computer, just as some kind of robot, and they will take his picture, making it to look like the paper is on the computer. The man doesn't even know how to use the cell phone. It is so embarrassing. Liberia is just a sick country. When I listen to some of these young people calling, the people doing good, the people doing good. You're saying over there in the diaspora there, you want to be opposition, you stay campaigning. That we don't want Ted Dillon to call the Minister of State to say, you know, he should remove Ebe Plaki's name. That we don't want Toyin Yomli to take the marker on camera to scratch people's names off. Are you kidding me? that we the one told Joseph Nima Boakai to tell his people to form a bloc, even after the election in the House of Representatives. What do you need a bloc? The irony of this whole thing is like all the controversial things, all the problematic things, I emanating from the part of the people in power. It's like Liberia is just a curse. Even Ojowia was in power, same thing. All the problems used to come from the likes of Eugene Fagon. That's why, apparently, CDC rejected him. See, he was the non-governmental material. So reject leftover of CDC, Joe Baka recruited. What good do you expect? You remove the CDC for being a failure. But then people in the CDC said they were non-entity. They were a group of nothing, a group for nothing, are the one that you recruiting to do something. Liberia, we see trouble. We see trouble. Let me tell you something. What we are saying is nothing compared to what is happening behind the scene. Just so you know. Imagine Joseph Nima Boakai got a whole bunch of things going on. Joseph Nima Boakai does not know what is happening. Hold on. Somebody. Well, somebody sent me some information, but I'm not going to be able to process it right now. Yeah, we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. But, Joseph Boakai took over. Joseph Boakai inauguration, 350,000, no hay, no take. Joseph Boakai, who was broke, who said he doesn't have money for his upkeep, he got a loan from the bank. He donated 50,000 plus in the tanker accident in Bon County. Joseph Boakai said he appointed a group of competent people to address the military wives' concerns. He said those concerns were from their husband, the military people, in 14 days. I don't even know how many they gone already. Maybe more than a month now. Joseph Boakai took power before he even, take office. What happened? Joseph Boakai renewed, renovated his house, spending over close to $500,000. And you know what? Joseph Boakai did not make his asset, public, because Joseph Boakai allegedly bought $1 million home from Ami Moda, the now Minister of Commerce. Can you imagine? Protests in Cape Mount. People got killed. Joseph Boakai formed a committee. That committee is yet to report anything. Joseph Boakai's nephew, J. Kabakoli, is accused of stealing 600,000 United States dollars already. Misappropriated, if you will. No hay, no tea. Then you want to blame us?
This is so sad.
So all the things we just enumerated got
Yeah.
nothing to do with us. They have nothing to do with SKTV or any opposition for that matter. We are not opposition, but I'm just telling you, people are angry at the opposition political party that they are not doing enough to hold the government accountable. They are not doing enough to show any spine. Now, this is just, these are all self-inflicted wounds. Imagine when the opposition develops some spine and try to hold your feet to the fire. Imagine when Lieutenant Committee start to speak. Imagine Tiawan Gonglo start to speak. Imagine political activities start in the country. You already self-destroyed. You have already self-destroyed. Nobody has done anything yet. All these bad things happening are all self-inflicted wounds. Jonah Walker said, we are left 20.5 million. Joe will say, I left 41 million. Nothing to show for it. No investigation. Labra is in a very, very, very deep trouble. And our
No
job,
way out. Once they reveal democracy, no way out.
yeah, our job is to make sure that we report the happenings in the country, to give our opinion on the way forward. But it seems like the love is on in all our faces.
Yeah, we're not making.
I don't think we make it.
The other advocacy, but not likely make it. Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
anyway. Everybody just confused. Everybody running head to scattered. The only people that are happy in Liberia right now, the few.
Yeah, that would do jobs.
Which is the minute portion of
Yeah.
Liberians, are the people who've been appointed. Their families are happy because they are hopeful.
Yes. Something coming.
There's something coming for them.
Yeah.
They're not even sure whether the thing will come. But those are the only happy people in Liberia right now. But everybody else,
they don't have a clue as to what's happening.
And everybody kind of like waiting and see as to what Joseph Boakai will offer the Liberian people. But if Joseph Boakai cannot even able to smoothly form a government, Joseph Boakai appoint, normally disappoint.
You know, Segu?
Appoint, Dillon disappoint. Yeah. Everybody, when they appoint people now, they say, you know what, you got to wait first.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Segu.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I think about these people who can be voting on tribal land, sometimes I can ask myself, growing up in Labrador, the only thing I know people got from voting on tribal land is when there is a political uprising, the tribe that in power become the target that they get killed indiscriminately. I was thinking, I was like, okay, let's just take the Georgia administration come for example, how the Southeasterners voted overwhelmingly. Can a typical Southeasterner over 6 years tell me how their life got better in the Southeast? That won't count it. Tell me what they benefited from we are presidency. It's the same thing we are seeing here. You just said it. The only people that are happy, the few people who relatives or friends got a job. How does that help you? We have 5+ million people. Let's just assume people with lucrative position. Let's just say the 150 or 175. I think that number is too high. Let's just say 100. How does the benefit of 100 people make your life better? Because the Jacob are calling the walk away rich, the Dixon Sibo of the world. I told somebody earlier today, I said Dixon Sibo is about to be the new multi-millionaire, like the way Maya Nukwenen took money out, because now he's a chair on Ways and Means.
And Thomas Falanen.
Yeah, Thomas Falanen. All of them, even the Jeremiah Conan. I think at the same game, our man Dillon playing now, because he's like, you know what? Screw all of you. I got my 9-year job. We will take it. At the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. As a matter of fact, we don't have a good retention rate of senators. And if you're going to give me 9 years, 9 years is a lot of time to do damage. You're talking about 9 years, that's close to a decade. And don't forget, he was there for a year and a half before being re-elected. So together we're giving 11 years. So there's no pressure on him for him to deliver. He already got a job. Game over for you. So you the people that keep playing the defense, and when people trying to put the country on the red track by kind of a pinpointing the ills, and you want to play politics, keep playing politics. Your children, your grandchildren, you yourself, you don't want to go to suffer. You don't want to go to bed for wait. Be blaming people in the diaspora. How? That's what we say. The diaspora should be able to vote in the next election because that what brought the Civil War in America. Taxation and representation between the British and the Americans when it came to the War of Independence and the War of Freedom. That's what happened here. If we can be contributing that much, and the people who call themselves corporations and the investors from the multinational investors abroad, if you can contribute only 37 million to the overall budget a year, then I think
That's less than 10% of what
yeah, well
what
we
we
sent
uh,
yeah,
from the
all
diaspora.
of them combined,
Yeah,
all of them combined, the
less
whole
than
country, you can't even get 50 million out, and you want to bash people in the diaspora? Are you serious? If the diaspora was to put up a protest, your country will collapse in 6 months. 120 days will be the maximum. And you want to talk about people in the diaspora when the people in the diaspora they want to tell you to do something better, to do better so the country can become better. Now you are the one on the front line. Even though we will be affected, but it's indirectly. Your children go to school there. You are the one that will be going to all the hospitals over there. You live there. And you want to blame people who just want to see the best thing, the best for the country. Look, it's a good man. Like I said, I think the love will be in our favor. We just will not make it. At a certain point in time, we'll just give it up. And that will be there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I think we have
All
delivered.
right.
We have delivered
All
for
right.
today.
Yeah, that's it.
So my
For
people,
sure.
yeah, thank you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your support. We appreciate everything. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here. And let me just make sure I double check before I leave. I mean, this is the country we have, my people. We don't know where we are. We don't know where we are headed. And we don't know, where we come from. Everybody just confused. Everybody going crazy. Everybody going banana. There was a song back in the 90s. Say, time so hard. Everybody going crazy. I'm fasting. That's what we be singing. Everybody going crazy. Everybody going banana. Everybody going confused. Everybody is in this state of confusion. Everybody's in a state of dilemma right now. No sense of direction. We are like a bunch of beheaded chickens. When you hold a live chicken, just cut the nail and just let the chicken go, cut the head off. That chicken don't get no head, can just be going like that. That's how a lot of people going right now. We got to pray for ourselves. We got to pray for our country. God bless you all. And we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.